All right, we are live on YouTube, and this is not being simulcasted on Facebook. This live stream and replay of the live stream is exclusively for YouTube only. I'll explain a little bit more about that in just a few here. Welcome to Navigating the Modern World with Coach Eli. Glad you could all join me here this very early morning, especially if you're on the West Coast like myself. It is 6:17 a.m. Eastern Daylight Time, 3:17 a.m. Pacific Daylight Time. It's Friday, April 9th, 2021, the day of this live stream. And wow, I have to say, wow, is what I'm going to start off by saying, because I am almost speechless for once. Some great things transpired earlier today, earlier overnight. However you want to say it, it is the next day. I still haven't gotten to sleep, so technically I guess it's Thursday going into Friday, but it's actually Friday morning. And I don't expect a whole lot of people to be on right now. But before we get to that, we get to everything here, which is what I'm trying to say. Let me make sure that the YouTube notification has gone out, and it has. And let me also make sure that YouTube is rolling smoothly on the back end. Good morning, Mr. Wonderful Haggis. How are you doing? Good morning from Scotland. What time is it in Scotland right now, bro? Just kind of wondering. Welcome to the show. I bet you didn't expect me to go live at this time, huh, bro? Yeah, lots of interesting things transpired since my stream last night. And I'm quite pleased with what's happened. Not quite sure how long I'm going to be on for. I'll be on for at least 45 minutes to an hour. If I need more time, I'll take a break and come back. But I'm sure I'll be able to get through all this material within an hour. It's 11:19 a.m. So you're 8 hours ahead of me, brother. Yeah, it's only 3:19 a.m. here on the West Coast in Northern California in the U.S. Pacific time zone. Oh, man. And, well, I'm going to pay special props to my sponsor, even though this is a very special stream. What the heck? My sponsor is none other than the great Troy Brewer. He is the CEO, founder, and owner of the Discover Community Network. If you'd like to find out more information about the Discover Community Network, please go below the description about a third of the way down, and you'll be able to see that. There are a couple links there. One to the main site, discovercommunitynetwork.com, and then the one below that is the DCN Internet Radio Network, Discover Community Network, Internet Radio Network. That's the DCN Internet Radio Network at DCNInternetRadioNetwork.com. There we go. So check it out. Reach out to Troy. He's a great marketer. He's been running this marketing company for about 15 years or so, and I've known him for a little over 10 years. And he's an amazing, amazing guy. We work very closely together behind the scenes, and he's very, very reasonably priced and very, very trustworthy. Again, thank you, Troy, for your continued sponsorship of this channel. I can't even talk. It's late. Pardon me. Thank you for your continued sponsorship of this channel and your patronage as well, too, bro. I greatly appreciate that. All right. So let's just get right to it here. The topic of this stream is peace is possible with anyone, including the Lycantheory channel. One more time. Peace is possible with anyone, including the Lycantheory channel. So what does that mean? I bet you're all wondering. We actually have 15 people here right now in the middle of the night or early morning if you're on the East Coast. Well, many of you that have been following me here on the YouTube side of things, and by the way, this is a stream specifically catered to my existing audience. That's why I'm not broadcasting this to Facebook. It wouldn't make sense to broadcast it out there. And if you are new here, this is probably not going to make sense for you. You're welcome to listen to it, whether you're here live or on the replay. Listen to it. We're on YouTube. Watch it if you'd like, but it may not make sense to you. Mr. Wondering Haggis, Eli, do you ever sleep? I do. My sleeping pattern lately, Mr. Wondering Haggis, has been a little bit different. I've been sleeping during the day for about 6 hours, and I've been working evenings and overnights. I'm still getting the same amount of work done, but my sleeping pattern's been a little bit off. Once this stream ends, I'll probably get some rest for about 6 hours and get up about 11 a.m. and then get right back to it. As an entrepreneur, when you're running a business like mine, it gives you a lot of flexibility. And as long as you get your work done and you take care of your clients, it really doesn't matter when you sleep. But to be quite honest with you, bro, it's best to sleep at night if you can. I mean, if you can get to bed before midnight and sleep for 7 to 8 hours, that is the absolute best sleep you can get. But hey, sometimes you have to do what you have to do, bro. So yes, I have been sleeping, but it's been more so during the day than at night. I've been working at night, especially the past few nights. I've been working on editing some videos and stuff, and it's much more peaceful at night because your phone doesn't, ring off the hook, and you don't get a lot of text messages. So it's a very productive time. But again, it's not the healthiest thing to do. So if you're going to do it, don't do it for too long. I'll get my sleeping pattern back on track over the weekend. But thanks for your concern, bro. I appreciate it. So anyway, earlier today, or yesterday, which is what I'm trying to say, I did a stream, and I had a specific topic, but typically on most of my streams, I'll update my community with community news. Like I mentioned in my previous stream, my live streams are primarily catered to my existing audience. They're an interactive type of, piece of content where it allows me to engage with my audience. And I know a lot of people have asked me to, oh man, don't tell me somebody's botting me. If this is there we go. So it's Raleigh. I see the numbers going up. 55, 58. Are we going to hit 100? Raleigh, dude, come on, dude. If those numbers go any higher than they're at, if they hit the 100 plus mark, then I got to tell you, it's Raleigh that's botting us. 62 in the box right now. I don't think those numbers are legit. 64 in the box. I mean, it's possible they could be legit, but I doubt it. I think Raleigh's botting me. Come on, Raleigh, dude. I mean, dude, seriously, bro. 70 in the box. Yeah, Raleigh. Oh, Raleigh's using the script again. Really, dude? You're the only one that would do something like this, bro. It's pathetic, dude. I mean... 77 in the box. Boy. Now it's staying steady at 77, 78. Give me a second, folks. I'm watching this and I'm just, I'm laughing. 79. 80. No. I doubt this is legit. You see, if you're getting botted, those numbers will be moving up much faster. I mean, it could be legit, but I doubt it. 87. Yeah, no, we're getting botted. 91. Anyway, Raleigh, you're a pathetic moron, dude. Even Jamie thinks you're a pathetic moron. You wanted my attention, Raleigh? You got it. You got it, dude. $100 in the box right now. I'm making it rain, right, Raleigh? Oh, these people never stop. You put out one fire with these people out here on YouTube, and then another one comes in and starts another fire, right? 103 in the box, 105, right? Eli, don't pay him any attention. I really don't care. I don't care. I'll pay attention to whatever I want. Yeah, Mr. Wondering Haggis is laughing. Yeah, we have 109 in the box right now. 110 soon? Yeah, 112, right? Because Raleigh Jones is botting me. Anyway, it's all good, dude. It's all good. They're going to wear off in a little bit anyway, dude. You got enough attention from me. Let's move forward here. So anyway, I ran my stream earlier. And like I said, my streams are primarily catered to my existing audience where I can interact with them. People have told me make it more about the topic and do not engage your chat as much. I'm sorry, that's not the point of live streaming, in my opinion. I have my opinion, you guys have yours. I respect the opinions that people gave me earlier tonight, especially on that panel I was on, which I'll get to that in a second. I was on a panel with Lycantheory Jamie, MJ Bodie, who runs the Ghost Dog Productions channel, and also I was on with Josh, who runs the Haters Inc. channel. No, bro, YouTube's going to remove those botted views after the stream ends, dude. YouTube's going to remove those views. Yeah, no, see, this time in the morning, Raleigh is actually up. This is about the time he gets up. He's on the East Coast. It's 6:29 a.m. right there. So he saw me that I was going live, and he's like, okay, let me just bot Eli. I mean, come on, dude. So I honestly feel that the live streams are to engage your audience. Now, I do run a topic most of the time when I run these live streams, and it's a small portion of the show, but the topic is not really the main purpose of the show. It's to engage the audience, to answer their questions, whether they're, business or personal related or YouTube related or whatever questions they have. It's my time to engage with my audience. And I've started to clip out the evergreen content portion of my live streams and re-upload them as a pre-recorded video. That's how I'm going to be doing things. And then in addition, I'm going to be creating some standalone pre-recorded videos. I'm also going to be doing some walking streams pre-recorded in 4K at 60 frames per second. So there's a lot of content coming to this channel. But again, like I mentioned earlier, there's the live stream aspect and the pre-recorded video aspect. And both aspects, in my opinion, are important to your channel. You just have to explain to your audience what the benefit is of both. And some people are going to follow both your live streaming content and your pre-recorded content, and some will follow one or the other, right? So yeah, I was talking about Josh, the Haters Inc. channel, and he has been doing a lot of videos on me lately. 5 out of his last videos over the last week have been on me, response videos, reaction videos, where he's been using my content and doing commentary on it, which is not really a big deal if he were to do it every now and then. But my problem was, it's like he's doing it every day. It's like he's making the purpose of his channel me, right? And I went after my stream ended. I went onto Haters Inc. Inc.'s channel, that is. And, I was talking with him for a little bit. And then after that stream ended, I noticed that MJ Bodie, who runs the Ghost Dog Productions channel, he went live himself. And I was watching part at the beginning of that show, and then I had a phone call to make, and I was on the phone for almost 2 hours. And then after I got off the phone, I'm like, let me see if they're still on. Typically, those MJ streams are about 4 hours long. So I went back to check, and they were still on live. And who was on there? Jamie Lycantheory and Josh, Haters Inc., and MJ. And MJ was being very reasonable, as he typically has been most of the time. Well, I said, screw it. I'm going to go on there. And I'm going to have a conversation with them because they were talking about me. They were talking about me. I'm like, you guys are still talking about me. And I'm not upset that you're talking about me, but it's the same old song and dance. Like, when is this going to end? Like, I don't mind that you guys talk about me, but if you make me the highlight of everything, it's like, come on, it gets old, right? So I went on that panel. And it started off, I mean, I didn't get triggered. I don't get triggered anymore. That's the key, folks. Don't get triggered. I learned that the hard way years ago when I used to get triggered, and these guys would make lots of content, about me getting triggered. And that's what started this whole thing. Like years ago, what started this whole thing was, me being inexperienced on YouTube, coming out here, getting on panels and allowing these people that were more experienced than I was back then to say things to me that would trigger me. And then it would give them content. They would take clips of those videos and they would mash them up and blast them out and say, is this guy really a coach? Does the coach behave this way? Right? I never expected people to do this type of thing. Like, I never knew that's what people did out here on YouTube. I was just coming out here to, help people, to run my coaching business and help people and make friends. And I would get on some panels and we would have discussions. And I figured, hey, you know what? Hey, if I disagree with them or they disagree with me, we might have a little bit of a spat. But hey, that's where it ends, right? But no, not out here on YouTube. Out here on YouTube, people will, mash up, content when you have a bad day or if you overreact a little bit, and they will use that against you to try to create drama content and to try to make you look bad in front of a pre-existing audience that's there for that type of content, right? So, yeah, I was on that MJ panel, and we were, we were just, talking about certain things, and Haters Inc., Josh was coming at me, Jamie was coming at me initially, MJ was really calm, and I'm like, MJ, I'm just here to be calm, I'm not going to get triggered, I'll let these two guys just, let it all out, and I'll just sit back and wait, right? These guys, Jamie and Josh, they were just sitting there saying, well, yeah, that's what Eli does. He just sits back and waits for us to talk, and he never responds. He never directly answers any of our questions. He always, avoids answering things, right? He deflects, right? Well, let's talk about that for a second before I continue. It's not that I deflect. That's not my intention to do so. It's just the way that I speak. It's the way that I carry myself. It is my honest to God nature of who I am. Everybody's different. Jamie and Josh and MJ. Everybody handles situations differently. Everyone handles criticism differently. Everybody responds to things or reacts to things differently. For me, I've learned to not react in the same ways I wouldn't react to things in real life. I respond to things. I've always responded to things in real life because the difference between reacting and responding to me is a response is a mature response, not getting overly emotional or triggered. A reaction is getting triggered and getting in your face and, just kind of debating you on a topic, right? And I know, Jamie, you and Josh Haters Inc., and maybe even MJ, you guys are used to debating topics, right? I'm not interested in debating. I'm interested in having reasonable, civil, down-to-earth conversations like we ended up having once the beginning of that show, got under control. Once you guys, let things out a little bit and I didn't react to it, you guys settled down and we had a reasonable conversation, and I really respect and I appreciate that. That's what ended up happening. So to make a long story short, I was talking, with Josh. He was coming at me. Jamie was coming at me. And Josh was asking me, which is what I'm trying to say, from Haters Inc., what do you want? I said, dude, here's the thing. I don't have a problem with you doing fair use commentary on my videos every now and then. You do use fair use each time you do it the right way. That's not the problem. The problem is 5 out of your last 6 videos have been reaction videos to me. And that to me is a little excessive, right? And YouTube has a policy that they instated back in December of 2019, the creator-on-creator harassment policy. And it clearly states that, if you create constant content off of one particular creator, for example, a number of videos in a row, it's at YouTube's discretion to consider that a violation of the terms of service. They can choose to give you community guideline strikes, or they can even shut down your channel in one shot if they choose to do so. So that was my problem with Haters Inc. Anybody, in my opinion, that does 4 or 5 or 6 reaction videos in a row, day after day after day, that to me is saying that, okay, I'm trying to get this guy's attention, or I'm trying to get something out of using his name, right? It wasn't like these videos were spread apart, 2 or 3 days apart. This was like an everyday thing for like 5 days straight. And so I got to the point of where I'm like, okay, dude, I just wanted to talk with you about this and ask you, what is your purpose for doing this? What are you trying to get out of this? Are you trying to leverage my name, good, bad, or indifferent? Well, I just like to critique you. I like to critique you because I think, most of everything you say is wrong and it's not good and blah, 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 blah. I'm like, well, dude, you barely even know me, right? You don't even know who I am. You found out about me through this community, right? I was just saying, dude, like, you came out of nowhere and you started doing videos on me because you saw other people like Jamie and others in that group coming at me and they were getting traction doing it. And now you're trying to get a piece of the pie. That's the truth of the matter, right? Well, anyway, to make a long story short, now at the end of the night, first of all, I apologize to MJ Bodie for anything that happened in the past. MJ's never really caused any issues for me. I never really had any problems with him. He runs the Ghost Dog Productions channel. And there was a few times I threatened to take him down for copyright, for using some of my audio. I was never going to do it. Like, I was just a little bit, I guess you could say I was triggered back then because he was involved with these people and he was involved with Jamie and they were talking about making more of these cartoons. And this stems back to about 6 months ago. But, for the last 6 months, or even a little bit longer than that, I've been really working hard to turn things around, to not get triggered anymore, and to head things back into the right direction. So, I apologized to MJ, and I said, dude, I never had any, desire to remove those videos. I was just a little bit upset, and I apologize for that, right? He said, cool, man, no worries. Thank you for being here. So, handled that situation. I'm not saying any of us are best friends, but we did a lot of patching things up tonight or earlier on tonight or last night. As far as Josh, Haters Inc. goes, he and I had a conversation. I think he just wanted to talk with me. I don't think he likes being avoided. Josh, with all due respect, I appreciate the conversation last night. I think you're the type of guy that doesn't like to be ignored or avoided. And I can understand that to a certain extent. The reason why I didn't come on the panel and talk with you sooner is because when I first heard about your channel and it being called Haters Inc., that completely is the opposite message of what I want here on my channel, right? I'm a positive channel. I like to uplift people. And a channel that has the name Haters Inc. is something that I'm trying to avoid and help people that I coach avoid. So, that's where the disconnect was. And then I started seeing you do live streams and reaction videos. And you did a few reaction videos of me when you first started your channel many months ago. And we had some issues. I did take you down for copyright one time, and you filed the counter notification, and then it got reversed. And after that point, I'm like, okay, I can't flag this guy because he's going to file a counter notification and win every time. Not a big deal, right? And you backed off for a while, but then all of a sudden, like over the last couple of weeks or so, you started slowly coming back. And then this week, you kind of like hit me all at once, like with like 5 out of your last 6 reaction videos or streams you've done or pre-recorded videos you've done, they've been about me. And so at the end of the night, I basically, said, hey, man, look, do what you got to do. But, I'm just letting you know this is against YouTube's creator-on-creator harassment policy. I don't really want to flag anyone or take anyone down, man. But come on. When is enough enough? And, dude, if you want to come at me in a more respectful way and maybe collaborate on something or have a civil conversation like we're having now and work on something, I'd be happy to help you or anyone. That's how I work. But when people come at me like that, after, after 4 or 5 videos, like the first 2 or 3 videos that he did, I was like, okay, he's just having a couple of days talking about me, no big deal. But he had done 4 videos like in a row, and then he scheduled a live stream to do a 5th one at the same time I was going live last night. And at that point, I'm like, all right, I got to reach out and talk with this guy. I guess he's trying to get my attention. If that's what you were trying to do, Josh, you got my attention and we had a conversation. And I think we actually had a pretty civil conversation. I'm not really quite sure where Josh stands or what he's going to do, but I think Josh feels a little bit better now that we got to talk and he was able to express some of his feelings about me. At the same time, Josh, MJ, and Jamie, look, like we've never been on the same side. We've always been on the opposite side of things. We've been a part of different genres. You guys are more of the reaction video or response video / drama market, and I'm more about the positive, uplifting, personal development type of market, right? So we're from different sides of the spectrum, right? Which is why, like, I wasn't paying attention to you folks, and when you folks were trying to get my attention, I really didn't, pay attention to you guys because it's not a productive use of my time. I'm not saying you guys are bad people. It's just that we have different content, right? But you wanted to get my attention, Josh, and when you did those, 4 or 5 videos in a row, you certainly got my attention. And obviously you wanted to talk with me, and we talked, and I think we had a good conversation. So as far as I'm concerned, I'm not going to talk about Josh anymore. I'm not going to, what's done is done, Josh. But from this point on, do what you got to do. I'm not gonna flag your channel no matter what you do. I'm just hoping, bro, that after tonight or that stream we were on, NJ Bodie's stream, I hope that you do the right things, whatever that may be, bro, and we can move forward in a positive way. And maybe at some point we can work on something together. Again, I think we're on opposite sides of the spectrum. Where, there really is like no overlap in my opinion, but hey, you just never know, man. You just never know. Let's see here. So save the best for last. Save the best for last. I'm going to talk about Jamie Lycantheory next. But before I get to that, give me a second here. Before I get to that, I'm going to step away and take an early break at the 30-minute mark so I can refill my coffee. And then I'll probably come back just for another half hour or so and share what happened with Jamie and share where we're at and some action I took. I think many people are going to be proud of some of the actions I took and he took. The Jamie story is going to take probably maybe 30 to 45 minutes or so because I'm going to go back to about 4 years ago, or a little less than 4 years ago, when I first met Jamie. I think it was about 3.5 to almost 4 years ago. But on the thumbnail, I put, after 4 years, peace has been made. It's an approximate. It's close to 4 years. It hasn't been exactly 4 years, but it's over 3.5 years. Now, I'm going to go back and share with you folks, again, the story on how I met Jamie and where he was at that point and where he's at today. And, I'm going to be honest with you folks, and I'm going to take ownership of my parts like I have in the past. But there are some other things that, I want to make very clear. And I'll leave you with one thing here to think about while I'm on break. I'm a humble person, and I'm not sitting here trying to steal your parade, Jamie. I'm not here trying to steal your spotlight and take any credit for whatever success you've had. But Jamie, you almost left the platform, and I reached out to you and talked with you, and I practically, I wouldn't say begged you to not leave, but I was there fighting for you, bro. I didn't even know you, but I'm like, man, don't do it, dude. Keep moving forward. I was there motivating you, dude, to not shut down your channel and to keep moving forward. You were about to shut your channel down because of the changes in YouTube's monetization program. The apocalypse back then hit you and you lost a lot of ad revenue, right? And because you stuck around, look what happened, man. Look how it turned for you, bro. And again, I'm not trying to take any credit, Jamie, but had I not reached out to you at that point to try to collaborate with you, and, you didn't tell me about, the fact you're thinking about quitting YouTube because I was trying to collaborate with you. And if I didn't, really care and say, dude, don't do it, man. You've got great content. Just keep moving forward. I'll help you out, right? I'm not trying to take credit for it, dude, but think about it, dude. If you left at that point, would you have everything you have today, right? Again, I'm not trying to steal your parade, bro. And here's the thing. If that created a sacrifice on my end of me, making the money you made at that point instead of you, then I'm happy, bro. I'm happy for you that you made something out of yourself, even if it was at a sacrifice at my expense. I'm not blaming you for that. I'm just saying the facts are the facts, Jamie, is that you almost quit YouTube. You were going to quit YouTube and leave. And I fought for you, bro. Seriously. I'm not joking right now. I'm not. And I'm not trying to take credit for it. I'm just stating the facts, man. It's kind of like me being a sacrificial lamb. Because I do care about other people, bro. And I've sacrificed myself for many other people because I care about other people's happiness and success just as much as I care about my own. But in this situation, it really backfired on me. But I can look back today, Jamie. I can look back today and say, you know what? I'm happy for you, bro. And if that's what it took for you to turn things around for yourself, then everything that happened to me, in spite of that, was well worth it. And I mean that sincerely, bro. Sometimes part of being a good person is taking a sacrifice, taking a hit for someone else. That's a person that really cares, man. And you know the truth about the story, bro. You know, if you want to talk about this on your channels or with other people, no problem, dude. But please be honest about what happened. Please be honest about how you got your opportunity to have your sponsorship and other things that you have today when you were that close to quitting, bro. And again, I'm not trying to steal your thunder or your spotlight, bro. But the truth of the matter is, I went to bat for you, bro. I tried to motivate you, bro. I said, look, man, don't quit, dude. You got this, bro. I will help you. You have great content. And then you started following me. You started live streaming after I started live streaming, and JB was JB was live streaming. You came a long way, bro, from being that close to throwing in the towel. I'm not saying I'm all that, dude, but maybe I was the lucky guardian angel that came in your path at a very low time where you were about to just leave YouTube. And you know what I'm talking about, bro. Whether you go public and discuss this or not, this is the truth, right? Nevertheless, I'm still proud of you sticking it out. And despite what's happened to me because of it, I'm proud that you found a way, good, bad, or indifferent, to keep going and find a way to be successful at doing this. I mean, the ways that you created your success are ways that I wouldn't feel comfortable becoming successful out here on this platform or running any business. But hey, I'm not going to tell another man how to run their business. Anyway. Welcome back, Mr. Haggis. Keep an eye on the chat. If we have any trolls, just ban them, man. Just ban them. Raleigh's still botting me, man. He doesn't want me to see how many people are actually here. Those bots will wear down eventually, and everything will be back to normal. But I'm going to step away and take a quick break. American Dream. It looks like he's live right now as well. He's been talking about, day trading lately. All right, let me cue up some YouTube music here. Give me a second here. All right. Just need one more. All right, folks. Music is all queued up. I will be back in 10 minutes or less. Stick around. We'll be right back. All right. I'm not going to do the typical intro on the way back in. I'm just going to get right back to it. All right. Let me just make sure everything's good. All right. Welcome back to Navigating the Modern World with Coach Eli, live here on YouTube. This is not being simulcasted live on Facebook for obvious reasons. This is specifically catered to the YouTube audience only, and it's being primarily catered to my existing audience that knows what I'm talking about. If you're joining me here and you're brand new and you don't have a clue what's going on, you can stick around if you'd like, or maybe come back another time when there's more of an evergreen content type of stream or video. All right. So let me get right back to it. And we're still being bought at 156 viewers. I mean, Raleigh, let me just ask you something again, bro. Like, seriously, man, what does this actually do? What are you trying to accomplish, right? Is this just fun for you, man? Do you just not want me to see how many people are actually here? I don't get it, dude. I really don't get it. It is what it is. You can't control what other people do. If they're going to play games, that's cool. How do I know it's you, Raleigh? You're the only one that bots like around 150 because you're a cheapo, Raleigh. I mean, if you're going to bot me, dude, why don't you bot me with 1,000 views, dude? You know, they'll get taken away anyway. But why don't you throw down some more of your big bucks and bot me with 1,000 views and throw me off even more, right? Or you're not really even throwing me off, but just throw me off by doing that, right? It's all good, bro. It's all good. Not a big deal. Anyway, before I took the break, I was starting to talk about Jamie. That's what this show's primarily about. The Lycantheory channel run by Jamie, formerly known as the Purple Pill channel. The topic of the stream is peace is possible with anyone, including the Lycantheory channel. And I was starting to share the story. Like I said before, I went to break. This stems back almost 4 years, going back to a former channel I used to run. And at that point, the Lycantheory channel, it's known as the Lycantheory channel now. At that point, it was called the Purple Pill channel, and Jamie had some great content on there that I really liked. He was primarily catering that content to a community known as MGTOW, which stands for Men Going Their Own Way. It was a group for men to understand the downside risk of dating or marrying the modern day woman due to, feminism, due to women being liberated and getting equal rights and all that. And it was a group that teaches men what we're up against today. And to be quite honest with you, their philosophies are spot on. It's just a bunch of content creators out here on YouTube. They were out here misusing the MGTOW moniker, the MGTOW name, and it just created a world of craziness unlike anything I've ever seen. It was a bunch of, immature, insecure, mentally and emotionally unstable men. Many of them came out here trying to sell pipe dreams to other men. It was just crazy. And all Jamie was trying to do was run his Purple Pill channel because there are 3 pills in MGTOW. There's the red pill, the purple pill, and the blue pill. The red pill is basically a man that understands the modern day woman and has chosen to completely withdraw because the stove is too hot, and they don't want to risk going through divorce, or if they've been through divorce already and lost, half their worth because of the divorce, because they were the breadwinner, they don't want to date or marry women. They withdraw. Then there's the blue pill, which, I like to call them the beta males, like I've been talking about here on my channel lately. Guys that put women on a pedestal, that suck up to women, that conform to every woman's wants and needs and requests, whether they're legitimate or not. And then there's the purple pill, which is the hybrid of the red pill and the blue pill. The purple pill is basically a man that understands that the stove is hot, but is still choosing to proceed with dating and possibly marrying women with the caution and awareness of the red pill. And that's what drew me to Jamie's channel. It was the only purple pill channel. I mean, there were some other people doing purple pill content, but Jamie had the largest Purple Pill channel on YouTube. At that point, I think he had just under 2,000 or almost 2,000 subscribers at that point. And I was at about 200 subscribers or something like that. And like I said, I reached out to him. I sent him an email. We had a Hangouts conversation. And Jamie told me at that time that he's going to be more than likely leaving YouTube. A lot of his videos got demonetized. He was a monetized channel. Back then was the first wave of what was known as the YouTube apocalypse, is what they called it, where they introduced this new icon in YouTube, Studio, which it was called Video Manager back then, but now they call it Studio, right? So back then, before they introduced the yellow icon, everything was monetized. It was either monetized or it was demonetized only if it violated copyright, right? Or if it was age restricted, right? There was, no yellow icon saying that, this video is not suitable for most advertisers based on the topic or the nature of things that are being discussed, right? So Jamie got hit with a lot of yellow icons and he started losing a lot of ad revenue, and he was about to quit YouTube. He was telling me that when we were talking on the phone. We were actually talking through Google Hangouts, but it was a voice call, right? And I told him, dude, I love your content, and I really did. He had great content. He had great videos. He had a great opener. He had great content in the middle. He had great end cards. Like, honestly, this dude was running a professional YouTube channel. I'm not saying he's not doing that now, but before he went down the drama route, I mean, everything about his channel was great, channel art and everything. Then I found out I was a graphics designer, and I'm like, dude, yeah, that's cool, right on. That's why you got, great graphics, and your channel is legit, bro. I mean, don't quit, dude. I'll help you, bro. I will help you. We can collab on some stuff. And he's like, I don't know. I don't trust a lot of people out here. Well, come to find out that, he had already been on YouTube for a couple of years, and a lot of people were coming at him in the ways people, have been coming at me for the last 4 years. This was going back 6 years ago before I even came on the platform with my former channel that I started 4 years ago. And before I even met Jamie, he was already experiencing this craziness on YouTube. And then when his channel got demonetized, him dealing with crazy people like I've been dealing with lately or the last 4 years, and then getting demonetized, he was ready to throw in the towel. I said, dude, don't do it. I will help you out. Just give me a chance, dude. I really like your stuff. I like to help people and uplift people. And he would come around my channel every now and then. And then when I started the live stream, after I ran into another creator named JD Gunner that was live streaming as well, JD would come on some panels. Then he started doing his own live streams, and he started to realize that I could make good money doing this, right? Then what happened after that? Because he stuck around, he started getting sponsored by his current sponsor, Texas Caregiver Support Services. Speaking of which, just to let you folks know, Jamie offered me, I don't know if I'd call it a deal, an agreement or whatever. He basically said, hey, if you take down that website that you put back up after you took it down for JD Gunner a few weeks ago, I'll put the Coach Eli's Greatest Hits video to private, and as long as you keep that down, I'll keep it down. I'm like, dude, that's fine. And quite frankly, I don't really even care about that Coach Eli's Greatest Hits video. That's not the reason. I did take the website down, folks. The website is down. And to be honest with you, Jamie, my main reason for taking down that website was not because you're willing to take down that video. I haven't even verified that you took it down, and whether you took it down or not, I really don't care. I care about one thing, dude. This is the only thing I've ever cared about, is, people approaching me respectfully, professionally, and maturely. And tonight you actually did. Yes, you came at me at first. So did Josh. But after a while, maybe you guys were having a little bit of fun. That's fine. But after a while, you came down to earth and you realized, dude, hey, I'm not here to get triggered anymore. I'm not here to talk smack. I'm not here to hurt anyone or anything like that. So you decided to make that offer, and I took down the website. I went one step further. I actually unblocked Jamie. Jamie's email, his main email, thepurplepillguy@gmail.com. He used to make fun of me when I would say his email is thepurplepillguy@gmail.com, because his channel used to be called The Purple Pill, and that's the email associated with that Lycantheory account. You can never change that email. Once you have that email, it's stuck with you, for as long as you have that channel. So I unblocked his email. I sent him an email with the link to show that it had been removed. And he said, "Thanks, bro. I greatly appreciate it." And that's great. I appreciate you getting back to me quickly and verifying that you got that, Jamie. So, Jamie got sponsored. He started making good money. Obviously, I'm not going to get too far into what happened. This was going back 3 years ago now, because, I met Jamie almost 4 years ago. And for the first, 6 months to a year of knowing him, things were pretty tame. We worked on some stuff every now and then. We were on some panels every now and then. But after his sponsor got involved, that's when the crazy drama started to happen. And I'm not here to attack his sponsor or blame his sponsor or anything. But, once Jamie, connected with Brian, a.k.a. Wise Not Al on YouTube, a.k.a. Texas Caregiver Support Services, that's when Jamie kind of took a turn and started doing drama content. And, that's, how this back and forth has been happening for, the last, 3+ years now. So to make a long story short, I'm going to say this to you, Jamie. Listen, I'm not a saint. I've made mistakes. Everyone makes mistakes, despite what you do. Just because I'm a coach, just because Corey Wayne's a coach, just because Dan Bacon's a coach, every coach makes mistakes. And sometimes we say things that we don't mean. And people are going to hold that against us forever. It doesn't mean that we're incompetent or we don't know what we're talking about. For me, I come out here because I have a lot of stories to share with people. I have a lot of experiences I've been through. And they were some pretty challenging things to deal with that many other people have either dealt with or will be dealing with. And me sharing my stories and them relating to those stories is what's going to help them work through these situations faster and probably better than I did, because I have the experience to help them work through it, because I went through it and I worked through it, and I'm still here, right? So, but yeah, I'm not a perfect individual. I've made mistakes. But I will say this, Jamie, despite everything that's happened, and despite how I may not agree with how you created your success out here, I'm proud that you're still here. I'm proud that you didn't shut down your channel. You moved forward and you made something happen, right? And whether me speaking with you that first time where you told me you're about to quit, and I motivated you and I tried to tell you to not quit, whether that had any influence on you from not quitting or shutting down your channel or not, if it did, I'm really glad that I was able to help you work through this, because look where you're at today. Look what you've made out of yourself. Yes, you've done a lot of drama content. Yes, you've stuck your nose into a lot of things. But I really don't think that's the person that you are. I really think some of the things you do, like you mentioned on MJ's panel earlier tonight, I think some of the things that you do enjoy being on those panels, but I also think there are times where you go from panel to panel to panel, to just, to try to, find out more content and have more things to talk about. I mean, that's just the truth, man. Everyone's done that. But again, despite what you've done and how you've done it, there's one thing I am proud of is you stuck through it. You didn't shut down your channel. You've been through a lot yourself, and you worked through it, and now you're making a living, and you've turned your life around. Again, I may not agree with how you did it, but the bottom line is you did it, and you're still standing, and you're moving forward. And for that, I'm proud of you, man. I am. And again, I'm not trying to take any credit for your success or anything, but if for any reason it came at my expense in some way, shape, or form, I'm the kind of person that can sit here and say, man, even if it came at my expense to help another brother out, I'm glad that I was able to help you out, even at my expense. That's the kind of guy I am. That's how emotionally strong I am. I care about people to the point of where there have been many times in my life where I've sacrificed my success, sacrificed making money and success to help other people, because that's the kind of heart that I have, Jamie. Seriously. That's the kind of heart that I have. And so at this point right now, I wouldn't quite say that Jamie and I are friends, or Josh, aka Haters Inc. channel, and I are friends, or MJ and I are friends. MJ did say, he's proud of what happened tonight. He's happy about it. I came on. I was respectful. We had a civil conversation. Even Jamie mentioned at one point that this reminds him of 2018 when, him, myself, MJ Bodie, and some other people would go on a panel and have reasonable conversations like this, right? Now, Josh wasn't around back then, but MJ was, and I was, and Jamie was, and a few other people were. And honestly, Jamie, it was nice because, look, even I can contribute to a great conversation at times, even though, you, MJ, and a bunch of these people have different philosophies or a different way of handling things or approaching things than I do. And again, I'm not going to say that Jamie and Josh and MJ and I are friends, but I can at least come out and say I enjoyed my time on that panel. I went on there on my own free will. And I can at least say that, we've come to a civil resolution. And I think from this point on, there's, and at least in my opinion, there's a certain level of respect, spoken or unspoken, amongst all four of us that were on that panel. And again, I was proud to be a part of that. I want to talk about one more thing before I go off the air here. And we're at an hour and 6 minutes. I heard the end of the show after I left. I didn't hear it as it was live. I went back and watched the replay. And I did download a copy of it because in case it gets removed, I want to have a copy of that show because it was a defining moment for myself, for Jamie, for MJ, and even for Josh Haters Inc. channel. And, MJ and Jamie and Josh, they were talking, Eli, I just don't know what's wrong with him. You guys weren't being disrespectful. I know what you meant. You guys were saying that, he deflects or he indirectly answers questions and things like that. I want to clarify that right now and say that I'm not honestly trying to deflect any questions. I'm not trying to avoid anything. I'm not trying to hide anything. I really want to explain to you guys what the difference is so you guys understand where I'm coming from, okay? This is with no disrespect to you guys, okay? I mean, my thought process is different than your thought process, Jamie, than, Josh's thought process and even MJ's thought process. Now, I think that the three of you have a more similar approach and outlook on the way you like to discuss things and handle things than I do, right? And what do I think that boils down to? If I had to guess, I could be wrong. Maybe you folks can do a response video if you want to do one, or if you want to make a community posting, or if you want to do a panel at some point and talk about it, I'd be open to that. But respectfully, I think it boils down to one thing. I think it boils down to how we handle our views, or even as far as our political party preference. Now, I believe, Jamie, you've said that you're libertarian. I'm not quite sure, Josh. I think you're more on the right. I think you're more conservative. I think NJ's more conservative. I'm not saying you guys are extremists one way or the other. But Jamie, even though you're libertarian, I think you lean a little more to the right than left. I lean a little more to the left. And I think that's where the difference is at. I think that my views are a little bit more left-leaning. And despite, what exact, party each one of the rest of you on that panel are a part of, it seems like to me that your views are a little bit more right-leaning. And like I said, mine are a little bit more left-leaning. And that's what creates the difference of how we handle things, in my opinion, right? Additionally, going back to the way that I was raised on how to handle things, my mother taught me to never get mad at anyone, no matter how mad they get at me. That's the way I was raised. I was raised to love everyone and appreciate everyone, no matter what, even if they don't like me, right? And if someone doesn't like me, and I try to be their friend, then I just avoid them and ignore them and let them go on their merry way. And if they say something bad about me, just to ignore it and it'll just fizzle out, right? That's the way I was raised to be, right? When I first came out here on YouTube, it was like learning life all over again, because YouTube's a different beast. You could be an expert in life in the real world, and then you come out on YouTube and you're starting over again like a brand new baby. So yeah, I got triggered a bunch of times. I lost my emotional you-know-what. And I made a lot of mistakes. I overreacted, right? And I didn't handle things professionally, respectfully, and maturely like I always have for the most part in my personal life. I mean, when I was younger, I overreacted in real life. By the time I got into my mid 20s or so, or late 20s, I learned that lesson, and I started handling things more maturely, professionally, and respectfully in my real life. But then when I came on YouTube, it was like starting over again, right? So I think what you guys are frustrated with, and my apologies if it frustrates you, is just who I am. I think what you're frustrated with is the way I handle things. For me, I'm not the kind of person that likes to debate people. Like you, Jamie, you like to debate people. NJ likes to debate people, and Haters Inc. Josh, you like to debate people, right? I don't like debating people. I like having civil, reasonable conversations like we had towards the end of MJ's show last night, right? When I first came on, you guys were coming at me. You wanted to have that debate, right? And I just stayed calm. I'm like, I'm not going to feed into this. If you guys want to have a mature, civil conversation, and you guys calm down, let it all out. When you calm down, we can talk respectfully and maturely, right? You guys asked me questions, and some questions I was like, well, yeah, man, hey, it's not really that big of a deal. I'm like, some questions that you asked me, Josh, it's like, I'm going to ask you, what does it matter to you how I run my channel or what I do, right? Now, I appreciate your feedback, right? But again, when you're coming at me with a certain tone of voice and you're trying to debate me instead of having a friendly, reasonable, civil conversation, it's going to make me, say, hey, dude, listen, what does it matter to you, right? I mean, you barely know me, which is true, Josh. You barely know me. You've known of me, but you don't really know who I am, because we never really talked until that show last night on MJ's channel, right? So when you guys are coming at me with a question, like, hey, why do you do this on your channel? Why do you do this? Why do you do that? Like, I do things because that's who I am. And that's the way I choose to live my life and run my channel. And so to me, certain questions like that don't even really warrant a response, because the truth of the matter is, it doesn't matter to me what other people think about what I do, right? Now, don't get me wrong. Big Bill, I don't want to talk about that question there. I'm going to remove that question there. If you want to ask another question, topic related, you can. But keep an eye on Big Bill. Lewis, are you still around, Lewis and Mr. Wondering Haggis? Keep an eye on Big Bill. If he says something out of line, you can give him the hammer. Yeah, that's totally off topic, Big Bill. That's something maybe I'll talk about another time. So, yeah, and that's like breaking news right now. So, I mean, 99 years old, dude. Anyway. Thank you, Lewis. Yeah, I don't think Bill was trying to troll, but talking about Prince Philip has nothing to do with this show, and that's just breaking news. I didn't even hear about it till he said it. So, anyway. But like I said, look, here's the thing. Again, all this time that you've known me, Jamie, and other people that think I'm trying to deflect, right, or trying to not answer questions. It's not that I'm trying to deflect or avoid anything. There are certain things that I'm going to keep private in my personal life. I learned that lesson from my former channel when I was too public about things, right? And I kind of shared a little bit about that aspect on the MJ show. And folks, if you want to watch that MJ show on the Ghost Dog Productions channel, I did share it on my community tab. I joined the show about halfway through at about the 2-hour mark. You have to skim through until you see my beautiful face pop up on the StreamYard. And I was on there for a couple of hours. It's a very, very interesting, it was a very interesting conversation. And we actually really got somewhere by the time the conversation ended. But again, to me, certain things that people ask me really don't matter. And I'm not trying to discredit your questions, right? I honestly feel that some questions that people ask, are a projection. And I'm not saying that to be disrespectful, Jamie or Josh or anyone, right? I don't ask you, why you do certain things on your channel, with the exception of when it involves me, Josh. See, Josh, Jamie, MJ or any other creator, I don't care what you folks do on your channels, good, bad, or indifferent. I only care about it when it involves me. If it involves me and you do 5 videos in a row on me, then I'm going to ask you, well, dude, I understand you're trying to do something fair use and, you're trying to do a reaction channel or whatever, but why what's your purpose of talking about me every day, right? That's a legitimate question, right? I'm not questioning you why you're running a reaction channel or why you do what you do on your channel. I'm only questioning certain aspects that involve me that I feel have been taken a bit too far or are a little bit out of the ordinary, because most creators are not going to do 5 reaction videos 5 days straight in a row on one particular creator. So that's a valid question. So when you guys come at me and ask me, okay, why do you ban people on your channel? Why do you create this kind of content? Why do you say certain things? Oh, you're a phony fraud life coach or whatever. How am I supposed to respond to that? What am I supposed to say? All I'm going to say is that's your opinion, because it is your opinion, right? And to be quite frank, why does it matter to you anyway, right? The truth of the matter is you're trying to get me to answer a question that shouldn't really even matter to you anyway. You're either going to like me or you're not. You're either going to like someone's content or you're not, right? I think certain people, I more so notice this with people that more so lean to the right than the left. I think they just like to get into debates. I think certain people just love to instigate debates about anything and everything because it keeps like a back and forth, heated, debate type of thing, right? And see, you're into that kind of thing, Josh, and you're into that kind of thing, Jamie, and MJ, you're kind of into that, but I think you're a little bit more similar to me. I'm not saying you're exactly like me, MJ, because no one's like me and no one's like you, right? I'm not trying to make an equal comparison here. But what I'm saying is that I think you guys like to more so stir up the pot and debate and really just kind of like go at someone. I'm not necessarily saying attack them, but you like to really, get into it, right? For me, I like to have civil, mature, reasonable conversations, right? My actual demeanor is cool, calm, and collected. So when I came out here a couple years ago and you guys were able to trigger me, that was way out of my normal element, right? And the reason why I overreacted that way is because I didn't even know what to expect when I was out here. And when it started happening, it threw me so far off my center as a man that I lost my shit. That's the truth of the matter, right? And because of that, I've been paying the price for it with all these videos that have been constantly clipped for years now, right? So again, Jamie and to Josh, especially to you two guys, and maybe even to MJ, again, I'm not trying to deflect. I'm not trying to weasel my way out of answering questions. What I'm saying is that some questions you folks ask, I'm going to come back and say, why does it even matter to you? Unless you're trying to become my friend and work with me at a professional level, then why are you even concerned about getting an answer on any question from me, right? You understand what I'm saying? The only questions I ask people are things that make sense. For example, if I want to collaborate with you, Josh, then I might question you on some things to see if you're the right person to work with, right? Okay? Or, like I said, if you make 5 videos of me in a row, I'm going to question what is your purpose of your channel, right? But before that, I didn't question anything, dude. You gave me a reason to question you, and that's why I did. But outside of that, I could care less what you do. Does that mean that I hate you, or does that mean that I despise you or anything like that? No. What I'm saying is that when I say I don't care what you do you, right? And if it doesn't involve me in some capacity, right, then my opinion shouldn't even really matter to you. And that's why I'm not going to state my opinion in those situations, because it doesn't matter, bro. Just like when you guys ask me things, like I said, there's no reason for me to even answer certain things. It's not that I'm trying to deflect, but there's no reason to answer those things because I'm going to come back and say, well, if you guys aren't too fond of me or never plan on collaborating with me or being my friend, then why is it even worthy of a response, right? Does that make sense to you, right? Again, if we were going to work together on a business project or be friends or something, then there's reason to answer you guys. But besides that, what's the point, right? Does that make sense? Listen, GLM, you got to understand something. Peace is possible with anyone, right? And I'm not saying I'm Jamie's friend, and I'm not saying that he trusts me or I trust him. It's kind of like an agreement, like the same agreement I have with another person, a woman, okay? So it's a simple agreement, GLM. I took down the website from his sponsor, and he took down, I haven't checked, and I'm not going to check. I'm going to take your word for it, Jamie, because I really don't care. It doesn't matter. He took down the Coach Eli's Greatest Hits video. That's all that matters, GLM. GLM, here's the thing. And even if he doesn't take down that video, GLM, I don't care. That website, me taking it down is the right thing to do, right? I only put it back up because of what happened with the Janet situation from the Fellowship Online Funhouse channel. So GLM, listen, I have nothing to lose and nothing to gain, right? I'm not trying to gain anything. I'm not trying to lose anything, GLM. I'm just trying to make as much peace as possible, right? Do you understand what I'm saying? Whatever happens, happens, GLM. I'm not counting on anything. And that's it. That's as far as it goes. Nothing less, nothing more. I had a civil conversation with him. GLM, I don't know if you've been watching for a little bit. If you want to go to my community tab and click on that MJ Bodie stream that was on several hours ago, I was on that panel for 2 hours, the last 2 hours. It was a 4-hour show. Need something to watch or listen to? Check it out. Well, the website on Texas Caregiver that I put on my website regarding Jamie and Brian, a.k.a. Wise Night Owl. You know what I'm talking about. Yeah, good morning to you as well, GLM. Good morning. I haven't slept yet. I'll be going to bed very soon, for about 6 hours, and then getting right back to the grind when I get up. I've been working odd hours lately. Been working overnight the last 3 nights, doing pre-recorded video cuts, and now this live stream, and you got to time everything right. When things happen, you got to get the information out. I felt the need to do the stream tonight instead of tomorrow morning or afternoon, because by that point it would be too late, right? When these things happen, you've got to drop everything and let your community know what's going on, because if not, then people are going to just talk about it behind the scenes, and they're going to talk smack and do other smack talk panels. You know what I'm saying? You know how it goes, right, GLM? You know how it goes, right? Never saw that website? Well, okay. Well, that's fine. Not a big deal then. No, it was a lot of information that, they really didn't want out there. And I didn't want to put it out there, but, I had no choice. At that point, they were coming at me. Now, things are being reasonable. And if they continue to be reasonable with me, then I'll be reasonable with them, right? And again, look, I didn't even take it down because Jamie offered to take down Coach Eli's greatest hits. I took it down because Jamie approached me and talked with me in a civil manner towards the end of that show. And, from what I've heard about, certain things behind the scenes, how Jamie is different offline than online, I actually saw that side of him a little bit on that show earlier tonight. No, I don't need Tylenol PM. I don't need any of that stuff to fall asleep. I can fall asleep whenever I want to. I just have been choosing to stay up and work at night. As long as I get my work done, GLM, I can work whenever I want. I'm self-employed. You know what I mean? It's not a big deal. But again, folks, I'm going to get out of here in a second. I just want to say, at least at this point, it looks like we're all moving forward. Jamie has decided to move forward. He wants to start creating some more regular content. He wants to do less drama stuff. I've kind of been noticing that a lot lately, Jamie, and I appreciate you acknowledging that on that show earlier tonight. All I know about that guy is apparently Brian. I don't know what you're talking about, GLM. Can you type that without typos, because I'm not quite sure what you're saying. I'm assuming that's the real you, but anyway, I'm not quite sure what you meant by that. Jamie showed me his website once. He was showing me how bad the graphics on the website are. Is that really you, GLM? Well, listen, I'm not going to sit here and I've done enough criticizing of things on that side. Okay, GLM, you already know the story here. I'm beginning to believe that that is not your channel. You would come in here under your Gargamel account, right? Joined January 24th, 2021. All right, that's fine, GLM. Yeah, no, look, I'm not going to talk smack about, Texas Caregiver's website or him. Look, I have my opinions. We all have our opinions, but I want to move forward. I want to keep the peace. And, again, Jamie has said he's moving forward, mostly away from the drama. He may do something drama related every now and then, but he really wants to create some real content and move forward with a different audience. You're on your laptop, okay. And, I want to honor that. I actually want to honor that and just see where it goes. Like I said, I unblocked him from my email, and Jamie and some other people, I may unblock you folks once I'm able to unblock people on my channel. I'm waiting for an email coming from creator support any minute now, today or tomorrow. And the internal team, the engineers at YouTube are looking at my channel, and they're looking to fix the issue. I've had this issue on my channel once in the past, and they were able to fix it. So I'm sure they'll fix it. And Jamie, I may unblock you and maybe your lady if she wants, and a few other people. I'm not going to unblock everyone. I'm not going to unblock known trolls. I'm not going to unblock people that are continuing the same facade with Coach Eli, with the CUCK. I'm not going to unblock people that are attacking my personal life or doxing any one of my family properties or anything like that, right? Eli, you think I know way more than I do? So my channel brings value to you, GLM, because I know everything and you learn everything in one shot. That's what you get over here when I do community news. So GLM, you used to be more involved and you knew a lot, but you've kind of separated yourself, which is great. And that's what I'm doing now too. So again, look, thank you, MJ. Thank you, Josh, a.k.a. Haters Inc. channel. Thank you, Jamie, a.k.a. Lycantheory channel. Look, guys, I'm willing to move forward. I think there are going to be some times where we may possibly be able to do a panel like we did, on MJ's stream earlier tonight. And there may be times where we go a while without talking about each other or without collaborating in some way, shape, or form. I mean, look, the possibilities are open, right? They're endless, right? But I really firmly believe that finally, this entire Coach Eli facade with the Lycantheory echo chamber per se, I'm not even going to call that anymore, and the JB Gunner thing and all that, it's all done. And as far as JB Gunner goes, I'll throw him in here real quick. JB, here's the thing. I didn't have a problem working things out with you. I didn't have a problem even doing some shows. The only problem that I have is I just, I have some information. I'm not going to put it publicly that, there are certain things you're doing to try to get people to sign up under your cryptocurrency program, your affiliate program. And while that's a legit business, If you run it legit, no big deal. If you're trying to trick people into it, I have a problem with that. But it's not my place to talk about it anymore. As long as you're not harming somebody that I know, hey, there's nothing I can do about it. But I really wish that, you would, you would handle it responsibly, professionally, and maturely if you're going to run an affiliate type of business amongst, your gun squad members. So again, the only reason why I just backed away from you, JB, is because of what happened with the Janet situation. But then, she kind of flipped out a bit herself, and it's like, okay, this is just too much. This is too much right now. So I just need to withdraw completely. But again, besides that, JB, besides that cryptocurrency thing, and besides knowing that, I have proof that, your sponsor did, pay you for a few videos to come at me, that's it. I'm off to shower. You guys have a great day. All right, GLN, have a good one. Besides that, I don't have a problem with you, man. And I don't care what anyone says. Does that mean, we're going to talk again? Probably not. But you know what? I'm going to keep my name. So I'm going to keep your name out of my mouth. And you've been doing, that as well on the flip side. You've been keeping my name out of your mouth. So, hey, I think we're good. So later today, it's going to be a new day. I'm happy with where things are at. We're heading off to great places here. I'll be back later today with 1, maybe 2 streams. I'm going to try to get a walking stream in today. I haven't done one in a few days. I'm going to try to give you a couple pieces of content with some awesome topics, folks. With that being said, have yourselves a great night, and I'll see you all later today. Take care. Bye.